YouTube, it's Skatem here, and welcome back to the
Spazcraft
video. Today, we're going to start building a mailing system and an item busing system, or just moving system. And I'll explain that in a second, and I was going to put it down here. Oh, we have cleared it. Mike did one of them. I don't know about the other. So, we're going to put it on this floor. That was the plan, except this is just a bit too small, and we could do a lot of things vertical, and this is about, I think, good enough size, but we're going to end up making a hallway through here, and then down through this little place, and then this is actually another mountain, and then this will travel out here. We have this other small mountain that I'm gonna get a good view of it. Yeah, there we go. So this runs up, and then we have this other small mountain in between the two big ones, and then we'll go into the big one. And I'm thinking in this sky, or somewhere around here, since we have the really nice little area right here. You know, we kind of see out, it's really grassy, is that we might make this is where all of our farming buildings, whatever, is. I've got a cool idea for this tunnel. So, we're going to have a pathway through here. So I was going to scratch the idea of even having it on this floor. But now that I think about it, we could just have the mailroom in our pathway going down this way. And I think that might actually work out. Okay, so the first step, of course, is going to build the hallway. And we're going to build it just like everything else with this dark oak and stuff. We've got, it seems to be enough dark oak planks. But we're perpetually out of wood. I'm always gathering more wood off screen. Oh, it looks like we're pretty good on vacation since we already have some in here. So I'm going to go and get a bunch of wood. Oh, we also need some more of these jack-o'-lanterns. I think I've got them somewhere around here. Nope, we've got normal pumpkins, but no jack-o'-lanterns. Okay, I'll make some more of those. I just walked away from getting rid of this tree, and my staircase up actually gave it a pretty funky looking shape. Let's go up and get rid of some of those more blocks. Maybe like that. I don't know, the bottom actually looks pretty cool. Might have to use some design like this for a oops, nope, now it's just floating. I just ruined the whole thing. But yeah, I'm so bad at making custom trees, but they look so good for the people who can do them when they actually turn out well. I'm just pretty horrible at it. Okay, so I've gathered plenty of dark oak wood, and we should be good for quite a while now. I say that every time, and we never are, so maybe I'm wrong with that, but time just to... I mean, building this is pretty much just throwing 3 of these up and then going over a bit and coming along, so I'm gonna go do that and then get back to you guys. Okay, so the first wall's done, and what I tried to do, if I break through here, is leave as little room as possible while still keeping the pattern on the back side. And most of these, if I break like that block, it'll actually open up to the surface. So we tried to cling the wall on this one so we can leave as much room as possible behind the other wall for redstone. So we've got this nice little pattern here. I elected to leave off the slabs for that. I don't know if I like it more. It's a little more crazy. I don't know, I've been going back and forth. But we'll figure out a way, however we're going to work it out eventually. But yeah, so that is that part done, and now I just got to build the other wall and start working in the redstone and how we're going to connect our mailing system up and make this more of an interactive tunnel over. And what I'm thinking, especially now that we have these in here, it actually looks like each of these is kind of its own section, because they're all indented. And what I might end up actually doing is putting a lot of the redstone above us and actually having the minecarts drop down to this section in each of those. Yeah, I think that might work out well. Okay, so that is what I'm going to end up going with, or at least trying to go with, and it's, I guess, kind of hard to explain without building it. But, like, this section, this panel, is going to be for Mike Zone 493. So, I'll be over here, and there'll be a drop down in the roof, and any mail he sends me is going to pop up, and the minecart's going to land like right here, and there'll be a button to send the minecart, or break the minecart or send the minecart away after I've read the mail, and there'll be one for like UltimateGir, and one for Zerthick, and maybe one here or whatever. And then also along this side, we'll do the same thing for these. And then over at this section, since we've got more room back here to work with, is where we'll have the output. We'll have the output. So where we receive the chests will be all along the hall, and where we send the chests off will be over here all together. It'll just be like a switchboard of levers to choose where we want to send the minecart. Oh, and one last thing to mention is that in addition to players, we'll have like, hey, I want to send this minecart over to spawn or whatever down there. That's what I'm trying to say. Like over to the dye factory. There we go. So if I have tons of, you know, extra glass and dye and stuff that I've just gathered in my chest or whatever, I just want to send to the dye factory, I don't have to walk down there every time I do that. So I can just press a lever and send it down there, and then there'll be a receiving area in the dye factory for that. That's kind of the goal of this, because everything is on different tiers and levels. I don't have to be running up and down to get supplies. Okay, so the other wall is in, and this actually turned out to be a pretty funky floor and funky hallway, but you know what? I kind of like it. All the little interactions and stuff. It has a lot of depth to it, which is nice. And of course, you still got to do the ceiling, and getting the quartz for the floor is going to take forever. Quartz is like the most awful block to build with. It's so hard to get. But it's completely worth it because I love it. So, anyways, so you see we have the panel here. I have space for like 6 levers. And I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do this, and I think since we're actually going to need more, that we're going to not actually make this a wall and have it go back a bit too. I don't know. I'm going to figure out a way. Well, I found out where all my wood went. It's been down at the dye factory, because that's what we've been working on. That's actually hilarious. So I'm going to grab some of this stuff. I came down here for carpet, and I just realized, hey, you know what? A bunch of the items I need are probably going to be down here. This is where we needed everything to work on that project. But I think everything else can stay in this little home right here. That's where all of our jack-o'-lanterns were too. There were 35 in there. Okay, so we got the white carpet. Oh, I came for some glass, I think. Yeah, let me grab a stack of glass. Mike seemed to have fixed the lag problems we were having a bit earlier on the server, which actually made me have to restart the recording of, this episode, and it seems like I kinda just failed. Let's go. Ooh, cool, Idavisw. I'm breaking 3 on my first enchant. I'm jealous. Okay, so we got our wool. That was just to mark up over here, so I know where that is. I'm gonna place back some blocks now, but this will all be quartz eventually. I just don't want to fall into that. What was I about to do? Okay, that was it. It's time to label everything up where we want our people to be. So we need enough for everybody on Spazcraft, and I think it's probably smart to leave an extra 1 or 2. Now some of the players don't play as much, like Preston, he's only been on once or twice. So I don't know if I'm going to bother hooking up his system yet, but we want to be able to have enough room for everybody. So, Mike, and then Zerthick, and then somebody can go here. You can put Gur there. Idavisw, and then someone could even go here. We can put Thalia, and then like Preston, and who am I missing? I'm missing somebody. Thalia, Preston, Super Sim 7's got an on, but he hasn't built anything yet. I feel like I'm missing somebody though. I don't know. We'll leave this blank. There's space for 1 there. Now, could we double up anywhere? Maybe. I don't know. I'll leave a bit of space. And the other thing I was thinking is we could actually decorate these to kind of fit the person, to break up the monotony of everything. But you know what? That'll be later. Right now, we want to get the system working in, or system. Okay, so I've built the system that we want on the redstone testing world. You can see it right here. It looks a little bit complicated, but it was actually really simple to make. But basically, we have this button over here, which fires our output, and then we have our selection. So let's say I want to go to mics, or I want to go to wherever. I just hit that, and I fire it, and then I put whatever I want in there, and then I just push this guy, and he'll go up, and he'll go over on this track is mics. And now, if I don't select anything, and I put my items in there, you won't actually lose them. I made a little thing over here, and it just comes straight back to you, and you're like, oops, I forgot to choose where I wanted it to go. Now, there's a few more things I wanted to test. One thing I did want to show you is this thing over here. If we get a minecart and I fly over here fast enough, you can see it actually goes and switches directions. And that's pretty cool. This block, since it's a slab, it can go up through it, and then it hits this wall, telling it to go the other way, and then the track brings it up. So it can go through the half slab and through this the one way, and that's how we get it on the second floor. And then these are just alternating patterns, and these will divulge off to wherever they are going. So that is the exporting system for our base. The other thing I do want to try that's pretty important is that if I grab a sign, or no, if I grab cactus and some sand, we're going to try something. So we're going to go to mics, which is right here. And this is actually not hooked up to anything, so I'm going to break this. I'm going to put a cactus there and a hopper. This is how you normally get off your minecarts in like minecart systems. It'll just minecart will break on the cactus, hopper will suck it up, and then you are good to go. But if do this, yeah, it brings it down to a minecart and a chest. You're gonna have to recraft those every time if you end up breaking them, which is a little sad. So we don't want to break our minecart with chests. We want to have some sort of system where you just collect it, or that just falls down. That's option 1. Option 2 is just to break them and have an item sorter to sort them out, and then we just get the mail in a chest for the items. I don't know what I want to do. What I'm thinking is that we'll just have the minecart, so we don't have to worry about all the item sorters and stuff. That's what. So here we are back on Spazcraft. You can see that we have the limited range, but back here, well, it's going to be hard to actually fit the outputs of everything. So we're actually going to kick out one of the walls, but you can see we have a ton of room vertically. So if we want to, wherever we're sending it off, we can choose where we want to send it off. We can make a ton of rows for the levers and just make the minecarts go higher. But what I'm actually going to do is that we'll probably put the wall actually like about here or something. That'll give us like 3 or 4 blocks, and then it'll go out. That'll be tough. Let's see how much we can mine out and see how much more space we can get, because we're a little tight and cramped. Okay, right so I'm on the spectator account. That's what I should have started off. Transition. We're here now. We can fly around. We can't break anything. So we can kick this out, and I think it's actually gonna look pretty cool of us floating over. We'll have some of the more white glass in the bottom and here too for the minecarts. See the little zombie down there. What does he have in his hand? Cobblestone. Oh, all the cobblestone I've been breaking. Okay, that makes sense. And we can fit everything. The predicament is that if we look down here, my base is kind of on a shelf. And there's really 2 options. Is that if we bring it over here, and we go down, we're floating. We're on a floating mountain, which I always forget about, because we have the bottom of the mountain right here, which is where, if it loads, the dye factory is. But we have, like, the mountain is floating on 3 or 4 blocks, which I didn't notice until, well, I've noticed, but I never really thought about it until now. So we're gonna actually have to build our own, like right here might be good. Where are we? Oh, this is perfect. Like right around here, we're gonna have to build our own kind of giant staircase down to get down to the bottom for all of the rails, which I'm fine with doing, and I think it'll actually look pretty daggone sweet, so we're going to end up going with that. But some of the other items, and the other awesome thing is that if we fly up here, we actually have a lot of room between this and that floor, and part of that is because of storage. But if we bring some of the items up and over, they can actually come around, and on top of here is where we're going to have the most of the inputs, but we can actually have some of our items fly over here. Now the problem is, again, our mountain's kind of separated, so we have to go down first to here. The problem is with the storage, but how we're getting over to Mike's, that's the question. So we can go all through underground here, but then we disappear. Okay, there we go. I just reloaded the world. That was crazy. And I think at any point we're going to have to come out and build above ground. It's going to be hard to get it. And I don't know if I want to go all the way below ground because we have to come all the way back up. So I think for Mike's and Davis's, it might actually just come out, and then this world does not want to load. Go around back behind them in the mountains or something. But either way, it's going to be a much bigger project than I originally thought it was going to be to connect up to all the houses. I don't know exactly where Mike or Davis or anybody wants me to connect to. Gers is going to be the fun one. That'll be completely underground. But yeah, what I think for now is that we're just going to build the first system, and maybe the way to reverse the ones that need to go to Mike's and whatever, and turn them around this way, which is going to be tough. Because again, like right here, there's no space. Really not much space at all. We have a really thin base. But yeah, let's start working on this, and then we'll figure out the logistics of the rest of it later. More sandstone for the roof of the building, and some more glass too. So I kind of cleared away a bit of desert. Just a little bit though, not a lot. There'll be more coming to it. Okie dokie, so I kicked out this wall a bit, which made the room feel completely different. And now it feels much bigger since there's multiple routes to take. But anyways, going this way, you can see we've got this starting to line the floor where you're walking, and we are directly under the nether portal. So now you won't die when you walk off of it, you'll just fall down here. Maybe we'll add some sort of trampoline or whatever. But either here or here is where you're going to have the input, and then here's going to be a switchboard. It's going to be 5 wide, so we're going to have 5 different ways, 5 different selections, and then I think 5 seems a little short, so we're going to go high and do 5 more. So we have a 10 selection switchboard. And now, of course, all those will not be implemented yet. I just need to make a nice little shape to round off the top of this. But this looks quite wonderful, and I like it being open. The transition between this and the open sky is going to be what's hard, how these are holding everything up. And then over here, too, we have another little open area, so that'll look good from the ground. You won't really see too much back here. This will be where all of the redstone and stuff is. But I guess I will put, what's it called, glass at that second level. So I don't know, maybe there will be, but this is going to go up a few more blocks. We're going to get all that straight. Okay, so here we go. I've got the basic panel all set up, and all of this now too. So I think it's time, or about time, that we set up all this redstone, so you can actually see what was going on. And this is actually going to have to be a nice little piece of dark oak, because you cannot put redstone on glass, which I figured out. So it's going to look a little bit worse from the outside, but it will. So for the bottom part, it's pretty simple. We place that there, then piece of redstone, and then another delayer, not comparator, and then just do that all the way across. Boop. Oops, I messed that up. I managed to mess up the very simple thing. And then for this one, now we can put redstone there without interfering, and then we're just going to take a block. And yeah, I'll just use this. Put a block on each of these, and then a torch on that, so they don't interfere, and then up there. So this is already set for it to go across, and these are not right. Okay. That's interesting. Could I just do that? No, it doesn't power it. Oh, gosh. Okay, so we have to do there. And then... bam, bam. Okay, so I think the orientation is different from what we built in our testing world, so we're actually going to have to change the redstone up completely. Okay, so this is working for the bottom. Yeah, it needs to be facing that way. Ooh, thunder. So we need to do that there, and that there, and then it's that, 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 that. And now, these are then going to have comparators. Ooh, and those comparators are going to power that redstone now. So we actually need another comparator here for each of these, which then go into a block. Okay. Now, are these in the right setting? It's coming this way? Yeah, these are in the right setting. And this is going to mess it up. Oops. Or will it? It won't. Yep, that messes it up. Uh-oh. Okay, so it needs to be like that. We can't have a torch. Will a normal piece work? And actually this would have to then be a block. It is creepy outside. Okay. So let's try. So that's right, and then when we power the torch... Oh, sweet, that works. I thought it wasn't going to. Okay, so there we go. That'll work just fine like that. So let's try that. So the second one, flick it, and it should be facing... No? Not gonna work? What if I place a block there? Okay, let's try. You have to flick it twice sometimes. Okay. So that should be... No! It's not working! Why? Okay, let me flick this off. No, it's not... why you no work? Oh, because I didn't change this one to an actual block, that's why. Psh! Derp. So the redstone signal couldn't get to it. There we go. Now it's all good. So now we'll go along that track, and if we power this off, it'll be good to go straight. Okay, sweet. We got it all working. So there we go. I think I'm just going to leave it at 5 for now, partially because we're not going to be using more than 5 tracks for a little while. And it has the added benefit of how it's set up, is that if I click nothing, it actually goes up. Huh. Didn't have enough power to reach all the way through. That's bad. Could we... This was working earlier. Everything works until I get on screen. Okay. So it needs more speed, which is an easy fix. So we just do that, and then torch. Awesome. Okay. Trying it again. There we go. Bam. So it goes up, comes back, it goes across, and it goes up, and then it comes all the way back. So if you don't click anything accidentally, then it'll just come back to you. So that's already set up. I think I'm just going to leave it like that for now, and then we'll add another row when we reach that point. But that's going to take a while, because we already have 5 places that we need to go to. So it seems like we have run out of time for this episode, and oops, that is my Skype. Sorry about that. I did some little miscellaneous stuff. We've got all this in now. I got the glass. The plan was to also get these things set up for the people to send me mail, but we're going to have to do that in the next episode that we're covering this, because we have run out of time. But we've got this set up, we just need to hook these up to wherever they're going, and then I cleared out this room, actually, above wherever we're going to put these things, so I'll need to take out like the block above here or whatever. But yeah, that is this episode. The one thing I want to mention is that you'll see me do random stuff like this, just fixing things up, making it look nicer, or clearing out the room, or mending back up my pickaxe. I've been doing that when the videos are compressing, and I've got other stuff to do, and you can see I've got 44 levels, so I'm about to head over to Mike's and enchant that up. But I want to thank you so much for watching this episode. Oh, the other thing I did is that I put some blue here to kind of contrast the color. I think it works in this. pretty well, but I tried it over here and here, it just looked odd. But I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try to add some blue and some more color around the rest of the base too to break up the bit of monotony. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you